I can change people's cameras too. That's funny.
Oh, don't, Roger, just don't.
Hands off.
Well, welcome
Hands off me, Cam.
everybody. Get off his cam. Welcome everybody to another episode here of Crit Happens with the useless fucks. Last time out, you guys had discovered and retrieved the shard in Talhundereth and laid it in the safe hands of Alindra, the Archdruid of Silverleaf Grove. Upon which Baldwin was then granted the right to the ritual that would provide him with the supernatural magic and abilities of his grove and enable him to assume more dangerous forms. Using this, as well as some help from previous arch nemesis, but now turned cousin, Michael, you travelled deep into the heart of the dragon's lair, Venomfang, where with a little bit of deception, he managed to drag you all into his cave before you managed to destroy his soul egg and destroy his body, sending him to death for good. Lexi had some visions into a dark past, future, realm, unknown. But a space, or less of a vision, more of a mild peek into space that he'd seen in previous visions. Having completed the task of defeating Venomfang and making your way back to Silverleaf Grove for a final time to say your goodbyes and make a plan, you chose, with some decisions still outstanding about your exact path, to head for now in the direction of Baldur's Gate. With Alindra's help, you passed through the central tree of the Silverleaf Grove through a portal, and you now stand at the edge of a large woodland, and before you open plains to a city beyond, the city of Baldur's Gate. As you stand here in this space, see the sun on its way to the ground, with a few hours to go perhaps. Possibility of making it to Baldur's Gate just before nightfall. So, useless fucks, what do you want to do?
I think we should head to the city.
It's board march.
Mm-hmm. Find somewhere to spend the night.
Yeah.
Somewhere that doesn't involve one.
Oh, I was about to say, maybe our rooms are still valid as we did overpay.
Maybe, Lexi, maybe you can go and see your squire in waiting, the tower guard.
Yeah, East Tower Guard.
Oh yeah, Eastern Tower Guard.
Yeah,
my favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, personally. Yes, it's been a while since I've seen him in that conversation that was never documented. Let's head over to the Eastern Tower Guard.
Well, let's just find the first inn with room, shall we?
We'll have to pass through the Eastern Gate, just saying.
Will we have to?
Gates be having towers.
Aren't we on the south side?
Yes, you're currently on the south side.
Yeah, but there's a massive obstacle called me.
Listen, Lexi, if you want to go in the East Gate, that's fine, but I'm tired. No. I'm going in the South Gate, and I'm going to, bed.
I'm merely Jess.
It's difficult to tell because you have no facial expression or no face at all.
Thank you. I put a lot of work into it. Glad you noticed. I have the best poker nothing.
You know how to play poker, Lexi?
I don't know what poker is.
Thought so.
No, Laborin, you're not fleecing him. Bad road.
Oh, Jesus, did you pull a gun on him?
No, it's the water spray.
Oh, I thought you just like...
I think reloaded a shotgun. Yeah, she puts out the pump.
I definitely... There was Definitely a cocked gun. Anyway, yes, let us head to the closest gate entrance. How far away? How much travel time would it take?
If you move quickly, you could get there in a couple of hours. At a normal pace, you'll get there 3-4 hours.
Okay, Lexi, Summon Junior, Baldwin, be a horse. Let's go.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
I can't whistle. Lexi tries to whistle. Junior shows up anyway.
Alrighty. So you summon your creatures or transform into one. Start to make your way across the open plains. So you're moving at speed. So somebody roll a d20 with disadvantage for me.
Not me. Oops.
Oh God.
Bang bang again. Woo!
Well, that was a nat 1.
Yeah.
Natural one.
That is a nat 1. From everyone's favourite rogue.
I didn't think you were actually going to roll a natural one. Okay. Bear with me. As you traverse quickly at pace across this these open plains as the sun begins to set, who's got the highest passive perception out of it? I think it's
Probably Willow, I would think.
Or Baldwin.
No.
Will I
Or
make
Baldwin.
will I make a perception check with disadvantage for me?
With disadvantage.
What perception do I have? No, I don't even know what it tells me.
11. You can hear it doesn't appear immediately. First you can kind of just hear the crickets in the grass. They seem to get louder and louder, and you just kind of put it down to it getting later in the evening, and that's when the crickets tend to come out and make more noise. Suddenly, this buzzing begins to get louder and louder. Where are you? Are you riding on one of these horses?
I imagine in order for us to actually move at some kind of pace, I'd say yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say you're on the back of Baldwin. So you're on the back of Baldwin. You can just hear this buzzing. It's a deep buzz, like a buzz. And it's quiet, but it's getting louder and louder. And where you're currently positioned, you can the view of Baldur's Gate has disappeared as you've kind of dropped down into this valley. It's still open plain. But yeah, the sound is just getting ever so slightly louder and louder.
Did anyone else hear that?
Can anyone else hear it now it's been pointed out?
Make a perception check with disadvantage for me.
Yay.
Well, hey.
I'll assume everybody just kind of looked at me weirdly and just be like, there's like a weird buzzing.
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
A weird buzzing?
Okay.
Where from?
Can't quite make
I
out.
don't know.
Is it from inside?
Yes, it's coming from in me.
Have you? Maybe it's
I
a.
swallowed a wasp.
Well, I once heard an old lady swallow a spider. Yes. Perhaps it is some sort of deep-seated emotional trauma to cicadas that is manifesting now. Have you had some bad experience with cicadas in your past, Willow?
Not that I can remember.
Hasn't everyone?
That's how they get you.
Well, what would you advise, Willow? Do you think we should press on or slow down? See what happens.
I don't know. Would I be able to tell if the sound was like coming from somewhere specific, or is it like an all-around?
As you have this thought about where this noise is coming from, and the word wasp crosses your lips. You kind of look around the space. Make one final perception check with disadvantage for me. Actually, make it a flat roll. 18. As you've come down this valley, you've kind of entered into a rockier outcropping, and there's a path that now begins to form as looks like it would start to lead across up to one of the gates towards Baldur's Gate. And as you kind of hear this deep buzzing that's getting louder and louder from a rock not that far from you. It's like the rock is like just protrudes just up over the top of like a small cliff. It looks like it would drop down about 10 feet or so and then down into the rest of the valley below. You see the top of what looks like insectoid flapping wings. And the buzzing is getting louder.
If this isn't Knick Knack, I'm going to be very, very upset.
I think Knick Knack had wings.
Whatever happened to
Probably
Nick
have a
Knack?
hole.
I think
Who?
he went off to find his spaceship.
His people needed him.
Yes, his people indeed needed him.
I don't think we ever got a follow-up.
Mm.
Oh no, apparently there was still that issue going on the astral plane that he never filled me in on.
Yeah.
I will point out the insect wings to the rest of the party and just be like, guys, I don't know if this is a problem or not.
And as you point them out,
And
you see this kind of curved sting towards you. Giant wasp begins to rise up above this rock face from the cliff below, and then another, and then another, and another, until you seem to see this swarm of giant wasps in front of you. Their wings buzzing and their stingers just kind of wagging in a direction towards you.
Right.
I feel
Animal
like I
handling.
manifested this,
Yeah.
and I apologize.
Can I look behind me?
I'm going to have everybody go ahead and roll initiative for me in a moment.
Oh, thanks
Oh.
for that, Laborin.
Well, hey,
So I can bring you to the scene.
Berg fed.
Boom, 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 boom.
Actually, are you all here?
Oh well,
That was anticlimactic.
Adam is still in the title screen.
I don't think he started the combat.
Adam is still in the title screen.
For goodness sake.
Oh, you changed the scenes? Yeah, I'm not
Yes,
there.
it will be. Change your scenes.
Theater of the mind bug fighting.
Oh,
A
fuck,
Cyborg
there is-
Trail.
right.
Oh, that's
Everyone
a-
stay out of the way. I'll just shatter the shit out of this lot.
Where is Junior?
And then Willow can fireball what's left.
All right, stand by and I'll bring you Junior. Hang on.
I
a minute.
wanted to test a different spell, actually. But
Oh, well, you can do whatever you like to whatever's left. Lightning
Depends if they're all
bolts.
in a line or not. Well,
No, I don't
Line
want to
'em
try
up.
lightning bolt.
I was going to say, if they all file
I
up
want
nicely
to
for
stand in the
you,
middle.
you can just...
They all take turns to queue.
yeah, if you just queue up, then you can do your thing.
They're all very British.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh no.
Oh. Nice, I'm a JPEG.
I know why
Yeah.
that is.
Sick.
I know. It's okay.
Solid JPEG, yo.
Go ahead and.
Oh,
just
I
roll
rolled
it
good
normally.
then. Oh, okay.
Boom,
Don't know why
boom,
it
boom.
hasn't
Oh,
gone.
boom, boom,
Group them
boom,
all
boom,
into one, but it hasn't. But we'll
boom.
just
Oh,
use-
fuck.
Whoa, was that 4 crits?
Or net.
You got
crits.
4 natural 20s on that.
So we'll just we'll take.
Bruh.
Well, we'll leave it. We'll leave it as it is for simplicity. And,
No.
Go to. Sorry, I'm totally unprepared. Here we go.
Boom, 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 boom.
So, up first in the initiative is this guy. Feet of flight. Bring him to here. First attack on you, Shimmer. There's a 12 to hit.
No,
Nope.
my mage armor hasn't applied either to my character sheet, but I would definitely have it on.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just sort that out for you.
Sorry.
Sorry. There we go. 550. He'll dash to get to there.
Was off.
No.
He'll dash to get to there.
Or since they're bugs, we can say bugger off as well. That's a good one.
Dash to get
Oh,
to
I love
there.
saying that. That's my favourite word.
Lexi, are you giant again?
No, it's my favourite word.
Dash to get to there. Dash to get to there. To there.
It's the wolves, but tactical team wasp.
Lexi, over to you. It's the
So-
first kind of battalion of wasps make their way towards you. Thingers at the ready.
Neat. My shield was already off, so I'm using greatsword. I'm going to slap the one between me and Shimmer for advantage.
Okay.
Flanking. 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Here is some damage. Gets re-rolled. Oh, that's good damage. 17 points of damage on that one.
You
Slashing.
strike it straight through in the center of its body, decapitating the front from the back as it kind of squirts. Wings kind of flap, and then it falls to the floor, spraying this kind of horrible yellowish liquid across the space.
Okay, then I will step down and then stab the one between
Mhm.
me and Laborin. For advantage once again. Oh,
17 hits.
okay. Nice. Thank you, Buffness. 13 points of
Destroyed.
aggressive damage. Yeah. I think that's going to be me, and Junior will sort of step into Baldwin's space and kick the one between me and him.
Oh, go for it.
Okay. Let's see on the horse. I don't think I own Junior.
Roll a d20 for me.
Oh, he's still venom thing.
I would like to do. Yeah.
6 hits.
think it's
Roll
cool.
2d6 plus 4.
Eight.
Just kind of
Eight
raises his hooves up and just tramples it into the ground, destroyed.
Yeah, 8 points of horse damage.
Oh,
Okay.
8 points. No, sorry, it's not destroyed.
Yeah,
Still,
only 8 points of horse
I
damage.
was adding 4 to that.
Okay.
Yep.
He will move back.
Yep.
Yeah, and then that should be me.
Alrighty. This one here. Dash to there. This one. Dash there. And we're over to Baldwin.
I'll turn into a giant hyena. I feel like the situation calls for it.
Go for it.
Nice.
If I
You're going to turn
recall, they
into
have
a
a.
giant wasp.
I can, but I won't.
Nice.
Lead them away.
Uh,
It'd be like The Walking Dead. Turn into a giant wasp and then lead them away somewhere nice.
There we go. Giant. There you are. Okay, yeah, watch it.
Oh, giant
hello.
hyena.
Oh, I remember you.
Yeah, you put me in a chokehold and I was laughing.
Oh, yeah.
Because I recall the feature. Is it here? Yeah, laughing feature.
tackle.
Rampage. There we go. Okay, so when you reduce the creature 0 points,
carried
you know,
around
can
the
take
side,
this.
mate.
Okay. Let's attack this guy. With advantage.
21 hits.
Okay, damage. 10.
Yeah, he destroyed.
Okay, and then that unlocks my rampage. So as a bonus action, I can move up to half its speed and make it bite attack.
Okay.
Okay, so does that add on top of the movement I already have?
Yes.
Or how does that work?
Well, you move up to heavy speed, and
Okay.
then you still have your movement.
Okay. Where's the measuring one? That should be enough.
Yep.
Okay. I'll attack the one between me and Shimmer for advantage.
It'd be more like there, actually.
Okay.
So it'd have to
Okay.
be the other one, but that's okay. Yep, 24 hits, roll damage. Uh, 6 points of damage. Okay. Anything else? Okay. This guy. Buzz into here. This guy. Can make it. Buzz through his friends to get to there. Naborin, we're over to you.
No.
Why am I being bullied?
You were closest.
You're the most colourful. Wasps like colour.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out my rapier and attack this one next and try and swat at him. Obviously, there.
Oh, a crit
That's
and
a 1 and a
natural
20.
one. Yeah. You go ahead and roll damage.
Check this is gonna work properly. It's not.
Roll
I'm
normal.
rolling manually. It should, if it just do, it's like last time I'm doing it, even if you click normal, it's still rolled as a crit, using different
right.
rules.
Right.
So I'll
Okay.
just roll manually. Because remember, right, it's you roll the same amount of dice, but we double the outcome, correct?
We double the dice. Yeah.
Double the dice. Yeah. Got some roll. So that'd be 14, 15. That's 17, I think.
17 points of damage destroyed.
There won't be sneak, but yeah. And then I will roll out the way of all of the stings with a disengage.
Okay.
And go.
That's a really long forward roll.
What? Why is it not letting me? Oh, I only rolled like there, and then the rest is just me running.
Combat roll.
You combat roll at least 25 feet.
And your turn.
Elden Ring.
This one will straight up across to there. Shimmer, it's over to you. So cast in Shatter. That'll catch those 4. Constitution saving through. DC 17. Fail. Oh, I'm rolling as you for some reason, but that's okay. I was rolling as you. Accidentally had you selected. All that. Fail, save. Fail. Fail. So we got 3 fails and a save. Roll damage for me, please.
In private.
Question mark damage.
So 10 points of damage, half as much on a success.
We can't hear you, by the way, son.
Sorry. Yes, 10 points of damage, half on a success. I didn't mean to roll privately either.
It's okay.
You're being a sneaky sneak.
Boom! This kind of rattles them, and you see them all kind of like try and regain their control of their flight as they hover just off of the ground. They're all still up.
Mm. Shame it was such a bad roll. Sorry, everyone.
All good.
Well, if Willow's looking to try a new spell, then I'll give her a bardic just in case that helps.
Alrighty.
I mean, it will, but I cannot try the spell because everybody's in the way.
I'll just fireball the shit out of them then.
No.
And in your turn, this one fly up to here with the dash. This one will fly straight up to there with a dash. Hello, it is your turn.
Willow is going to cast. Oh, that works. Gonna cast Word of Radiance.
Ah.
On the 3 surrounding her that it will not let me talk. Constitution saving throw from the 3 wasps surrounding me, please.
Certainly. It's a fail. It's a fail. Three fails. The one in front of you just gets sucked up with this radiant energy and just detonated in front of you.
I'm also going to use my Bardic. Add another 2 points of damage.
Okay.
That'd be 8 for the, well, 2 more for the 2 that are still alive.
Yep. Alrighty.
And then that will end turn.
Okay, back over to the wasps. So this one on Shimmer goes in again with a sting attack. It's only an 11 to hit. This one will reposition to here and go for Lex with advantage.
Do wasps have the concept of flanking?
It does today. 23 to hit.
Yeah, I'll hit.
The 20 points of damage, 14 of which is poison. So you will take a total of 13 points of damage. And can you make a hang on, let me just remember what it is.
My God.
Constitution saving throw for me, please.
What kind of
Hey.
wasps are these?
Giant ones.
The murderous
24.
kind?
As the sting makes its way past your armor and into your gelatinous form, you can see the kind of milky yellowish poison start to enter your body. And as you feel like it starts to take some kind of control over your muscles or your way of moving, you shake off the effect.
Hey,
It's that turn. This one comes at you as well with advantage.
no. Don't get any bright ideas. Thank you.
Fine.
Only a 14. This one will go for Shimmer with advantage. Uh, 16. which I think will miss. And it's over to you, Lex.
Oh, hello. I'll slap the one between me and Baldwin.
Mhm.
Get him out of the way. With my grat sword.
25 hits.
Smash.
I'll do it.
Destroyed.
Dead. I'll clear some space. I'm gonna stab that guy.
Okay.
Normal.
That'll hit, definitely. 29. That one's
15
also
points of
destroyed.
damage.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think
Junior.
that'll be. I'm gonna have Junior attack that one.
Okay, roll a d20.
Add 4. Is it? Or
Add 6.
add 6. Oh, Junior's buffer than I remembered. Nice one.
That'll hit.
Then
2d6
it's
plus 4.
2d6 plus 4. Ah, pretty good hit from the J-Man.
He's destroyed as well.
Bam, bam. And now can I move myself there?
Yeah. Not without taking attack of opportunity, you
Oh.
won't know. So just
Would I?
move about it. Yeah, from this guy right here.
Oh, yeah, from that guy. Oh, I didn't see that guy. Yeah. Hello, that
Yeah.
guy. Man, that guy is, am I right?
16 misses. Okay, yep,
think.
you managed to pop into there.
Yeah. And now Junior's also flanking with Willow in case she wants to do things. And I will end my turn.
Okay. This one goes for Shimmer with normal, no flanking. Uh, 16.
That'll miss.
Alrighty. And it is over to Baldwin.
Okay. Oh,
You sort of sat on him there.
yeah. All right. I'm gonna take a bite at him. At the one between me and Lex.
Mhm.
Ah, not you, Lex.
no, don't bite me. We're not at that stage in our relationship.
17
yet.
will hit. Points.
10
of damage.
points.
Alright, he's still up.
Still alive? Oh, okay, then that's me.
Okay. This one will go for Lex. Natural 3 for 7. That'll miss. Over to Laborin.
I shall. Sorry, I found.
Giant wasp.
Yeah, do that. 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I'll rush into there next to Baldwin and stab at this one with my rapier.
Okay. Definitely hits. 23.
That's-
Killed it with the 9 points of damage anyway. He had 3 HP, so that one's dead.
And and then rush back to you next to the tree, and that'll be me.
Okay, this one next to Willow will attack with advantage. Natural 20. Okay, knock off a spell slot for me.
Don't you heal from most of this damage?
I don't know. I don't
True.
want crit damage,
18 to hit.
just in case. Yeah, that still hits.
Yeah, I think the poison damage might out healed the piercing.
So
Yeah.
you will take 2 points of healing from this as the sting originally not like gets into your skin and pierces you, and the initial pain is extremely painful, but then as the poison starts to course through your body, you start to feel reinvigorated. Okay, that's Shimmer, it's over to you.
Um, all right. I will Misty Step away. Go there.
Mm-hmm.
And then with my action, I will Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Brilliant.
16 will hit. Four points of damage. It kind of like just is like got one wing going much slower than the other. It's kind of like lopsided.
Okie doke. Second one.
20 will hit.
Oh shit, I rolled a crit by mistake. I do apologise.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you would have rolled. It's destroyed.
Okay. Sorry about that.
That's right. Doesn't matter.
Very good. There we go.
Willow, over to you.
I'll give Lexi my Bob's advantage as well. That's
Right.
fine.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
Many thanks.
I'm going to yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to Word of Radiance again.
Okay.
That. And then it should just be the one, the two
Yeah.
within 5 feet of me.
Yeah. First one fails. Second one. Second one succeeds.
The one takes 7 and one takes none.
The one that took that above you is destroyed.
Perfect. I'm going to stay there and end it.
Continue your turn. Alrighty. This wasp here will go for Lex. Normal. That's only a 14 to hit. Go for Willow. $15.
It's
That's 6 points of healing for the same reasons. And Lexi, it's over to you.
Okay. I'm gonna. I guess I'll just smack one because I've got advantage.
Mhm.
I'm gonna smack the one below me.
Okay.
Smack. 29.
Yep.
Oh, max damage.
Just absolutely obliterate it in midair with your great axe. The great sword, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. I should really get myself.
No, not
an axe.
Hugh. Not Hugh.
All the art I made of Lexi has Hugh, but I've never touched.
That's
Oh,
not
sorry, that
bad
wasn't meant to be
roll.
with advantage. Yeah, sorry.
So it's
Take the lower
natural
one if you want.
So that's a miss.
Yeah, I'll miss, and I'll just slap myself in with the gang,
Okay.
and I'll have Junior pick that one. D20 plus 6.
Yeah, that'll hit. 16.
Bam, bam. 9.
9 points of damage as that one is destroyed by Junior. Do you want to talk us through how Junior destroys that one?
Rears up on its back legs and just double ground pound with his front hooves.
Nice.
Majestic.
Bug splats it completely. Nice. Anything else?
No.
Alrighty. This one I'll go for you, Lex.
No.
No. Oh.
Christ. Hold on, over to you.
All right. Does one look roughed up, or they both look the same?
What one looks really roughed up, the other looks pretty healthy.
Okay, which one looks the most?
This one looks
Roughed.
healthy. This one looks rough.
Okay, I'll go for the. Crap. Did you keep 15? Okay, I think I can make it. I might get attack of opportunity though if I try to go here, like to try to get advantage with Lexi.
You would, yeah.
I believe
Yeah,
in
so-
you. Hit him.
No,
I'll
you
take
wouldn't.
it.
You can be there and get it.
Advantage and be fine.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Let's go for the bite.
Mm-hmm. 23 will hit.
Damage. 11.
Destroyed.
Okay. Rampage. And then I'll move here.
Hello.
I think that's the advantage.
Yeah.
And then I'll go with that.
14,
14?
just hits. Hits,
Sweet.
hits by 2. The AC was 12.
Okay. 12.
12 points of damage. This one is kind of like you managed to take a big chunk out of its back, but its sting is still there, and it's kind of just about staying off the ground.
Okay. That's me.
The boring over to you.
Yeah, I'm just going to rush in next to Lexi.
Or inside of.
Blump.
Six
Blump.
hits. Sneak, mate.
Oh, he wants to sneak. He likes watching me
Anyway.
die.
Through this, destroying this final wasp.
Yeah, so I just I say I sort of rush down this hill and sort of like just jump in front of Lexi, despite the fact he doesn't need the assistance, and just slice across the wasp, cutting it in two.
Arse to head.
Arse.
Sorry, from ass to head.
There you go. Gosh, tootin'.
Mm-hmm. Well.
Now, can we go find a pub,
Yes.
please?
Willow has some holes in her, but she's looking pretty healthy.
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to bother Willow.
Could we select any of the poison off of them?
You can make an
Oh, we're gonna
nature
milk
check
some-
and try.
Gonna milk some bees.
What check
Yes.
was it? What check was it, Jack?
A nature check.
Nature check.
I don't know if milking wasps feels any better than milking a snake, but there's some
And they're dead.
more normal.
This
kills.
still, yeah,
Kind
but
of get
the big
close to
thing
one
is-
and have a good look at it, and like take out your dagger and make an incision in where in its kind of the lower sac of its body, and try and see if you can work out where the poison is kind of stored, and you kind of just make an absolute mess of this giant wasp, and you can't find any way to harvest its poison in any way.
Can I help him?
Yeah, if you want to make an nature check.
Oh, no.
Yeah, maybe I know the anatomy of a wasp a bit better. Let's see.
In
Oh,
this
and so-
episode of the Useless Fox massacre already dead wasps to discover none of them know how to milk poison.
Correct.
That is
You
true.
have less of an idea. You just kind of Laboran's made this mess of this wasp, and you walk in, and just stick your hands in, and just start smushing its insides around. No idea.
I'm sad that nature's intelligence
Let me have a go.
sense. Doesn't make sense.
Guys, we're going to a major city where we can buy poison. Please stop prodding the dead wasps.
Maybe in the black market though. Poison's kind of illegal, isn't it?
Oh,
You don't get the sense of
let's
poison.
get going then.
Okay.
Not getting any of these.
And now Baldwin needs a bath.
Yeah.
Why me?
I've-
Because you've just like stuck all your arms up in a dead wasp.
So did Laboran.
I cut a
Yeah,
wasp.
but you already smell like wet dog.
Oh. Is he still a
I
giant
haven't used to it
hyena?
now.
Is he still a giant hyena throughout this conversation?
Yeah.
Can he be?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a giant hyena.
I remember this form. The last time you took it, it was in Thundertree, was it not?
Yes. Long time ago.
Yes, back in my awfully child days.
Yeah, those were the days. What it felt like years was just like a mere 2 months ago.
Yeah, that was fairly recent, historically speaking.
Yeah. Good
Um,
days.
Back on the road, we shall keep an extra lookout for any other insectoid foes that may arise.
You continue your march towards Baldur's Gate and make your way to the south gate initially. It's the closest. If you want to skirt around to the east gate, you are welcome to, but right now, so for the east gate.
East Gate?
Sorry, the south gate.
Oh, I've got to call up my boy ETG.
Right. Can we just find an inn somewhere to spend the night first and foremost?
Yeah, there's plenty of inns dotted around. I mean, on this side of the city, you aren't familiar with any in particular. Make an investigation check for me.
No, Laborin, we're not investigating the street.
Hmm?
An inch away from the pavement to find a pub.
The
It's a
boring
fussy
fight
one.
Yeah.
fine.
A 6. You wander around for a little while. It's kind of like the sun has pretty much gone down now, and you're walking around with either torchlight or by whatever rudimentary street lighting is around here, and you spend quite a long time kind of weaving in and out of places, and you're confused at the south end of the city that you've not been to or spent a great deal of time in before. You do eventually find yourself down a dark alley, and you can see a kind of tattered and worn swinging sign down the side of a dark alley that appears to represent some kind of inn.
Is it reputable?
Oh, yes. Sketchy as balls, my favourite type of
It
place.
doesn't look particularly reputable, no.
I try and have a quick look around, see if you can find a nicer place.
Yeah, you can do. You can roll an
Mm.
investigation check if you want. DC's higher for a nicer place, but since you've been walking around for a while,
I suppose I will get advantage on this, so I'll just ignore it.
I wanted to visit the damp flannel.
electing not to go for the dodgy place that Shimmer's found down the back alley, you spend a little bit more time wandering around, and you do find what appears to be a more reputable establishment. Sat down one of the main streets. You're sure you might have passed this before, but missed it in your tired state.
You'd be better off staying here instead of the dark alley one.
But,
Yes, I agree.
imagine the voice Jack would do for sketchy barkeep.
Well, maybe we can visit there one day. Come on, let's go in.
What's this pub called?
What is this pub called?
This
The
pub.
Prancing Pony, obviously.
The one in.
It's called the Leaping Rabbit.
Oh
No.
no. Ugh.
You walk in and
Yeah.
it's reasonably busy in here. It's kind of like early evening, and you can see that most people are kind of settling in post meal. From what you can tell from the clientele, most people here appear to be kind of lower to middle class. You don't see any kind of very formal or nobility types in here. And there is a bard that is playing some panpipes. But other than that, this seems like your kind of very regular Baldur's Gate tavern.
Just how I like it.
Someone want to inquire about the room?
Yes, no, I will. I shall approach the clerk, whoever or whatever they may be.
Yeah, there's a very young, half elven woman, blonde hair, very she's got a very mundane clothing on, just a white tunic and a brown apron on that seems a little dirty. And as you kind of approach, she kind of goes wide-eyed. Uh, good evening, sir. How can I help you?
Hello, young miss. I would like to procure how many rooms? 3, 4.
And a
Um,
bucket.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 3 rooms. If you and
yeah.
Baldwin is sleeping in the same one.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot how many party members we had. Yes, 3 rooms, please.
Okay.
A double, a single, and one with 2 beds you can push together.
Sure. 1 second. She kind of like very hastily kind of disappears behind the back of the bar. Comes back with a bunch of keys. It's 5 silver a night for each room.
Okay, I drop her a gold and 5 silver. Change,
She
baby.
very quickly swipes the money into the palm of her hand and runs back behind the bar again and doesn't come back.
I am a very nice and amenable fellow. It's rude to judge others by their appearance, madam. It's a good lesson you shall learn in the future.
Threatened.
Yeah, that didn't sound threatening at all. Then.
No, it was not threatening. It was educational.
With a passive insight of 14, you can tell she was absolutely terrified of you. She'd never seen anything like you before in her life.
Lovely. I should do more interaction. Maybe people would like me more. Now, did I know which rooms we had? Was it 5, 6, and 7? Or have I just Okay. Yes, all right. I guess was it upstairs? Unless we plan on meandering around here for a while.
She didn't tell you. Where it
I'd
was.
like
She was too
to-
scared to say anything.
Well,
I'd like to ask one of the members of staff something before I go upstairs.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe not her if she's freaking out.
She does eventually come back. There's another gentleman that kind of then begins to tend the bar after Lexi's return to you guys, and she kind of goes around, kind of cleaning up tables and stuff like that. One or the other is up to you.
Does the guy at the bar look a bit older?
Yeah, he's older, half elven as well. Salt and pepper hair and beard. Slightly burly looking, but you can see that he's got somewhat of a pot belly on him.
Okay, I'll go speak to him then, please.
Okay, you approach the bar and he kind of looks up at you. Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Shimmer will smile very sweetly as she always does, and she say, my friends and I, we're just passing through town. We were interested in possibly getting our hands on some equipment to measure the passing of time, and I didn't know if perhaps you knew it. We're visitors here. Is there anywhere you know that we could get something like that?
Kind of there's a confused look on his face. You mean like calendar or something?
No, sort of a slightly quicker passing of time.
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Like a watch, if such a thing exists. I don't know whether it would or not in this universe.
The concept of a watch is kind of
I don't know if there's like pocket watches or something, like
they're very uncommon. You haven't seen in your time in Faerun, on the material plane, you've not seen anybody with such a device. The closest you've seen to anybody hold anything of that nature is Laborin with the chronometer.
So as a party, what would we even be looking for?
I think the only one of you that would have any concept of a device of this nature would be Laborin. And Laborin would be familiar with more wealthy individuals carrying a device that appears to, tell in some form passing of time in minutes and hours, and from sunrise to sunset rather than day by day. And probably is familiar with the term watch. But I would say, make a history check for me, Laborin, if you'd like, based on your time in Neverwinter.
Okay. In the astral plane, we coupled streets for watches.
Surely I've stolen a watch or two.
You have stolen a watch or two, but where it was procured from, no idea.
Okay, so this guy doesn't know anything. That's fine.
No.
So I'll say, okay, not to worry. I was also looking for, if you know of any particularly skilled smiths close by. There was something that I needed made for me.
Oh, yes. I know a guy. I'll give you his details. His name's Jan. Find me in the morning and I'll to where he is.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. It's very helpful.
Yes, certainly.
I'm going to write that down because I won't remember that 30 minutes from now.
Jam.
Jam, yeah. Thanks, Adam. Really helpful.
Don't worry about it. That's what I'm here for. Yeah. Make my way up to my room.
Me too.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just got a blow-by-blow account of Arsenal versus Liverpool there. I shall go to bed as well, I guess. I don't need to know anything else.
Sure. Anybody else got anything they want to do?
I think so. Just go to bed.
Yeah. So go to bed, take a long rest. The evening goes without issue, and as the early morning sun begins to rise, there's yours.
Right. Well, I'll see if I can find the bartender again and ask him for details of Jan.
Yeah. So he will point you to a blacksmith that he knows. It isn't too far away. It's further into the city, to an area that you're somewhat familiar with from having been here before. You haven't come across this blacksmith, but gives you reasonable directions. It'll take you a couple of hours to kind of just like troll your way through the streets and make your way there.
Okay. So have you guys got any thoughts about how we might find a timepiece?
I never really bought them myself per se.
You never bought anything in your life, Laborin.
People bought them off me.
Just in the street. Hey, kid, you want to buy a watch?
Yeah, interesting. The I mean, it always seemed like wealthy individuals would have them. So maybe we're looking for an upmarket type of store, somewhere quite expensive, fancy and exclusive. Those sort of places.
Well, we don't know, presumably, where to head for that.
We are aware of basic Baldur's Gate. We know there's an upper city, do we?
Mm-hmm.
Do we know there's an upper city?
Mhm.
Yeah, well, Lexi's mind remembers that's where the snobs go. Let's follow the snobs.
Okay. Good idea. We get lost, we can
Yes.
ask for directions.
I'll send a nearby pigeon to say hi to ETG.
Okay. Send Junior to say hi to him.
Yeah, but then I'll be Sans horse.
Right. Well, I'd like to, if we're heading for the upper city, I'd like to pay a visit to Jan on the way, if possible.
Just yourself, or is anybody else heading that way?
I'm in it. Armor.
I'd go with Shimmer. I don't know if, sorry, I may have misheard. I don't know if you actually expressed to anyone that that's what you wanted to do.
I will express that that's what I want to do, but I will be very clear with you all that this is something that is very personal and private to me, and I don't really want to. Like, you're welcome to come, but it's something that I need to do myself in terms of what I need to discuss with this person.
I'm waiting outside the shop.
Yeah, I won't look. I just want to look at the shiny things.
You can look at the shiny things, but I need to have a discussion in private with the smith if it's all the same to you.
Yeah, sure. Just give me a wave so I can have a chance to look at the shiny things.
Me and Lexi will keep an eye on each other.
Yeah.
Make sure one of us does something wrong.
Each side of the door.
Willow will follow just to be able to supervise Laborin and Lexi.
So as you approach the area that's been made out to you by the barkeep, you come across you're in a slightly marketed part of town. There isn't a lot of shops that are kind of like storefronts. And there is on one corner there is this large wooden lean-to, and set into the side of the building is this forge, and you can see there's one dark red tiefling that is hammering into an anvil, and then there is a sign just across the top of the lean-to in a very old and hastily and not professionally made sign that says Jan's Ironworks.
Okay. So I'll say to everyone else, I'm trusting you all to give me the privacy I need for this. And then I'll go over to him. And go on, Zach, go.
Yeah, so you as you approach closer, you can see there's this this dark red skinned tiefling. He's got large horns that stretch right over to the back of his head, and he's very muscular and tall. Black leather apron across, and these kind of very dark brown trousers, and seems to be smithing horseshoes currently.
Okay, so I'll go up to him and greet him and say, I was passed your information by the one of the staff in the Leaping Rabbit, and they recommended you as a good smith. I wondered if you can tell me if you can help me with what I need.
He kind of he doesn't even look up at you. He just continues hammering into the horseshoe. The Leaping Rabbit, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of stops what he's doing, inspects his horseshoe, dips it in the trough of water, sets it to one side, places his hammer down. What is it you're looking for?
So I will take out from my pack what I have and show him what I've got for him to work with, and just say, I don't know much about these things, but I feel like with these materials there's something you can do, maybe.
As you present these items, his eyes go wide and he's kind of like, wow, by Vernus, where did you get this? And he'll pick them open.
It's something I picked up.
Picks them both up and holds them in his hands. So you want to combine these items?
If it can be done, yeah, that would be ideal.
Takes a look at the weapon and is kind of looking at it. I can see why. Hands them back to you. Very well. Well, it's gonna be tricky. There's a lot of complexity in handling enchanted items this nature. How much are you looking to spend?
I want I want to give you a fair price for your work if you're able to do what I'm asking. So tell me what you feel would be reasonable. I once paid like a gold for a room in an inn, so I'm not very good with money.
Kind of like his eyes flash at this point. It's like, well, how quickly do you need it done? What kind of time frame?
Honestly, as quickly as possible. I mean, a day or two, if that's possible. Again, I have no idea what kind of time frame these things are. I'm willing to pay a bit extra if you're willing to prioritize it.
The thing is, I'm going to need more than just my artisanal skills to get this to work. I'm going to need to call on a friend of mine who's more familiar with the nature of these items. And if you're looking to expedite it that quickly, probably be looking at around 800 gold.
I have no idea how much gold I have because it's all in platinum, so I don't know.
So 1 platinum is 10 gold. So divide it by 10.
I'm not very good at math.
Times it by 10.
So what would it?
It's platinum.
What would it
You
be?
turn it into
80,
gold.
80 platinum?
Sorry, you're right, Adam. Times it by 10. Yes, times it by 10. Yes, so 80 platinum, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I can afford that. That's fine. How long would it take you for that?
You want it done in 2 days.
If it can be.
Kind of scratches his chin. Look, I'm not sure how much my friend is going to ask for the job, so... And what his availability is. Where can I find you in case, Look, we'll do this. I'll take the items and the gold as a down payment. If you come back tomorrow, I can tell you how long it'll take and if there's any more to be added to the cost.
Okay, can I insert check him to make sure that he's not just robbing me blind?
Make an insight check.
This is going to go well. I'm not too bad at insight. Oh, you son of a bitch.
A 9? Seems relatively genuine to you.
Okay. Well, Shimmer's a trusting soul, so okay. That seems fair. I'll come back tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Very good, yes.
The money off.
I will prioritize this. Don't worry about that.
Thank you. If you do a good job, I might be able to bring you a nice tip at the end.
Thank you. Kind of takes the items from you and heads over to a large wooden table and sets them down and appears to be making sketches on a piece of parchment.
Oh, by the way, my friends over here, they want to come and browse your wares, but I would be grateful for your discretion. I don't particularly want them to know what I've given you. So if you wouldn't mind just keeping those out of their eye line, I'd be very grateful.
Oh, yes, fine. And he kind of rolls the parchment up with the items inside and sets them into a trunk and closes the lid.
Thank you. And I'll just kind of beckon the others over. You can come and look at shiny things now, Lexi.
Lexi enters the door with vigor.
It's not a door, it's all outside. It's a lean-to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lexi sort of mimes opening a door with vigor then.
Yeah, sure. You kind of wander over, and there's a few things on display here. There's a plethora of short swords, long swords. There is not a great deal in terms of armor. You do see one breastplate kind of propped up against the wooden wall to one side. A few kind of battered shields, some wooden, some metal around. Make a perception check for me.
Uh-huh. Historically good at these. Perception. I'm on Lex 3. Damn it.
Having a quick look around, you don't see anything beyond the mundane, usual, items of warfare that you would expect to see in a place like this.
Any badass leather armor?
Badass leather armor. I mean,
Yeah.
you can either make a perception check to see if there's anything around, or have a chat with the guy.
Can I have a chat with the guy?
Yeah, because this hide gives me 12 AC. Is there anything better? I rolled a 19 to see if there's anything better than what I got.
What
Yeah.
have you currently got?
I got hide, medium armor, 12 AC.
Hide, medium. See.
12? Thought hide was 13. Are you sure you're wearing it?
I promise you I am. I've been getting bent over a barrel, so to speak, this whole time.
What's your dexterity, Roger?
No, the 12 AC on the hide armor is correct.
+2.
Yeah. So having a look around, the yeah. So what's your armor proficiency?
It should be light, light and medium.
Yeah, you don't see anything in a variety of armor that is not metal made that you feel like would provide you with any kind of protection from having a look around at what's on display.
Could I go up to the guy and just ask it? Just I just wish you've got anything better than what I've got, and just sort of like pull up my rapier, daggers, show my armor, that sort of thing, or is it more just sort of a lot of the same?
And kind of looks at the weaponry you've got as you kind of like start to pull items from your belt and your pack and stuff. Make a perception check for me. Uh, 17. You're you kind of like pulling these things from your belt and the likes, and you notice that your dagger of venom is missing.
Right.
Dude.
I mean, when did I last have it?
I don't know. When was the last time you used it?
Ages ago.
You haven't really recalled having it for a while. Probably the
Right.
last time that you remember having it, where you were kind of properly kind of either cleaning equipment or taking account of your equipment or anything of that nature, would have been just after Talhundereth. But as you present the things that you've got, he kind of looks and the bow is nice. Well, what are you looking for, and what are you trying to? What do you use the most? Let me ask you that.
Well, I guess in terms of the weaponry, you tend to use both the bow and the rapier the most. Less so the daggers. The bow in of itself is fairly magical, so I'm not sure you, unless you sell magical items, you could better it in a sense. And that's all possibly a bit subjective, as magic items tend to do different things. But my rapier, my armor, they're all standard run-of-the-mill gear.
Well, the armor, I don't think I could do much better for. The rapier, though, I might have something, but I don't keep it here. You'd have to come back tomorrow, but I have something that has been enchanted in the past. Not had much attention, though. Most people tend to not have the means to wield it. But if you can return tomorrow early, I'd be happy to show you.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Very good.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Hmm.
Does Laborin share that he can't find his dagger? Or would you keep that to yourself?
Yeah, I suppose I'd say, I suppose you've seen the dagger. It's all the venom one.
Can I check if all my stuff's there?
Yeah, make a perception check. A perception or investigation check.
Right. Oh, perception slightly better. I'm going to pat myself down. Oh dear, I wouldn't know if it was.
Everything seems to be in place, from what you recall.
Not that I wear much, but did you put it in like Willow's pocket dimension?
Yeah.
Can I approach the barman? Not barman, man behind the clerk.
The blacksmith. Yes.
Shop fellow.
Yeah.
Yes. Hello, sir. You wouldn't have. Yeah. May I see your selection of shields? I've still got my this wooden one from. I've had it for quite a long time now. It doesn't really go with my current outfit theming.
I've got a few available right now, and kind of like gestures towards what you can see around you. I don't think there's anything I have here that would provide you with any more of a defense than what you already have, I'm afraid.
Yeah. So you I don't mean to sound rude, but you do not offer sort of arcanely enchanted items. At least not here.
I sometimes do, but I don't keep them here.
Okay.
But I don't have anything I don't have anything in the shield variety at the moment.
How do you... So how do you come across these items? Do you have some sort of dealings?
I don't want to go
Are you
into it
in-
in too much detail, but I know people between us, when we have the right time and materials, we like to craft things a little unusual.
So you must be a very talented man. I'd gotten the vibes, not vibes, I'd gotten the feeling you were an adventurer of sorts, similar to me, and that's how you sort of came across your arcane wares. But no, if you can craft them, that is a fantastical skill, sir, and I'll pat him on the shoulder.
As you kind of pat him on the shoulder, he just looks across to your pseudopod that kind of moves over and taps him, and he's kind of looks rather unimpressed about that.
Yeah.
Kind of brushes his shoulder a little bit, checks that there's no kind of residue or anything there.
Do you buy?
Sometimes depends what it is you're looking to sell.
I'd like to rotate my torso around to reveal the other set of plate armor I've had strapped to my back for the entire several-hour walk.
Kind of.
This is an arcanely enchanted antique from the ghoul and ghost-filled necrotic mine dungeon dwarven thing of Talhundereth.
Is it now? Make a persuasion check.
It's true. Persuasion. Oh, I've got pretty good persuasion. Look at your boy.
That would have been so funny if he had rolled a 1.
I'm a paladin. I've got good charisma.
He kind of like grabs the armor very carefully as not to touch your goo and kind of like takes it from you, places it down on the table behind him and has a good look at it. I'm not the most proficient in understanding the natures of Arcana, but you wouldn't believe the amount of people that come around trying to sell me some bullshit that apparently is magical.
If I could scar, I would have the scars to prove it. I was socked quite strongly by a particularly angry dwarf in the face.
Really?
If I could bruise, it would show.
If it is what you say it is, then I am interested, but I would need to
Yes,
have
sir.
it verified.
Yes, from what we gathered, it provided some form of protection from the undead.
Really? Well, if you're willing to leave it with me for the night, then I can verify what it is and how it works. And if I'm still interested, when you come by in the morning, maybe I'll have a deal for you.
Yes, sir. No running off. I'm quite easily convinced about things, so I've got to sort of reinforce.
Kind of just stares at you blankly, just like as if
I suppose you do have this entire shop. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but it's happened before. Especially in my hometown, things are never where they last were.
I have no interest in stealing from you, Blue Man. Thing.
You shouldn't have any interest in stealing. Good job, sir. I shall see you early morning.
Very well.
If that's...
Jan, I know you've already helped us a lot. I just wondered, seeing as you are obviously a very skilled craftsman, we are looking, I know this isn't necessarily your area of expertise, but we are looking for, we're looking to buy a timepiece from somewhere like a, I suppose, I think it's called a watch. And Laborin, I don't know if you're willing to show him your chronometer. It kind of looks a bit like this. I don't know if you happen to know of anybody that would make such a thing. We need to measure the passing of time as accurately as we can.
It's quite a strange thing to want to do.
Oh, do you know what? It doesn't sit right with me at all. But this one here, and she just gestures at Lexi. He's not from around here, and he's getting a little bit edgy, where he doesn't know what time it is. You know, that time passes differently in the astral plane. It's very difficult.
I think you'll probably need to find somewhere a little bit more upmarket.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know of anywhere myself. But again, I might know somebody that knows. You come by in the morning and you haven't found somewhere else, might have some information for you.
Thank you. Be more than willing to, again, tip for any information you could give us if it helps us.
And nods politely and also in a way that suggests, damn right you will.
Yeah. Sure, Laborin's rolling his eyes at all these tips Shimmer's just giving out. Okay, so I guess I'll turn to the rest and say if there's no more shiny things here, then perhaps we should make our way to the upper city. It sounds like we all need to come back here in the morning, regardless of how successful our hunt is today.
Well, I might buy a metal shield for aesthetic purposes, not gameplay.
Fair enough.
I think you should. Well, I don't know, Lexi, we need to come back here in the morning. They might sell some really fancy shields in the upper city.
Ah, yes.
They might have filigree and all sorts, you know.
Oh, that word, I know what it means. What does filigree mean?
It's like that sort of swirly pattern that you see on stuff.
Regardless, Lex, throughout the course of wandering around Baldur's Gate for the sake of brevity, you would be able to find a metal shield that will set you back 20 gold.
Yeah. Who knows when I'm next going to encounter a Medusa?
Indeed.
And I
hope
didn't
never to
realise-
encounter one again.
I've still got the head in my pocket. 1 second.
As we're browsing round the shops, Jack, whenever we get there in the posh district, I want to keep an eye out for something like a shop that sells like Fabergé eggs or something so we can shove it in Lexi and it won't crack or die.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys make your way further back into the city. You pass the Arcane Institute that you'd been in before when you'd come this way with Elba, the large town square that you know if you follow behind and lead further up into the upper part of the city, you come into a more higher end section of high streets. Make an investigation check for me.
Anyone?
You specifically.
Oh, me? Oh, okay. Because I'm looking for the Fabergé eggs.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
Lexi. Prepare to be disappointed.
Oh.
Yeah.
You spend quite a long time kind of walking through these streets. You don't come across, in fact, to a point where you think actually maybe you're not in the right part of town. Not everything. You thought you'd gone one way, but actually you've probably gone another, and you've taken a side road and ended up further in the lower part of the city than the upper part. And yeah, you don't find anything that you're looking for in particular to that nature. You do find though one kind of very middle of the road jewelry store. It doesn't have anything in the shop window of what you're looking for in particular. But it could have other things that you're interested in.
Listen, if it's a jewelry store, I'm going in and I'm going to grab Laborin by the wrist and drag him in with me.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, you walk into this jewelry store. It's, like I say, very middle of the road, middle class. Nothing looks particularly expensive. Anything that's kind of made of gold or platinum or anything of that nature is well worn. Nothing in here appears to be particularly new. If anything, it looks more like kind of more of an upmarket pawn shop than it does anything of any real standard.
I think I'll ask. I mean, Shimmer wears gold jewelry as opposed to anything else, so she'll have a little browse around and ask Laborin if he can see any pieces that kind of stand out to him as being particularly nice. Not necessarily. Shimmer's less concerned with valuables and more like aesthetic.
Are there any?
What would you be looking for, rather than me trying to describe a bunch of things that may or may not be
Well,
there?
I have 1,000 necklaces that Laborin's given me, so I suppose probably like bangles and rings, that sort of thing.
Yeah, there's plenty of things like that that are made with kind of you can tell that the metal of the bands of these kinds of things are a mixture of pewter and gold. They're not just pure gold.
Mm,
And a lot of the gems are either, there's like the odd one that's genuine gemstone, but a lot of the others are more like colored glass.
yeah. Any eggs?
No eggs.
Boo. I'd like to. Is there like a shopkeeper there?
Yeah. Again, for sake of brevity, I'm not gonna
No. I
roleplay
just want to
every
ask.
shopkeeper. Yeah.
Have they got anything cool out the back?
Yeah. I mean, again, they bring out an array of kind of rings and earrings and that kind of thing. There's maybe one or two things that are kind of more their upper market type stuff. There's one particular ring that is definitely diamond, but it is very small.
What do you think, Laborin? Anything you think would look nice on me? There's no correct answer to that, by the way. I'm just going to put that out there.
Is there anything that you want?
Well, you know me. I like lots of different accessories, but I think this ring looks nice.
How much is it?
So the ring with the diamond in is will set you back 70 gold.
Ooh. Can I try it on? Does it fit me? Because you said it was quite small. Did it actually fit?
The diamond is small, but the ring.
The diamond, not the ring. Okay, sorry.
The really diamond inlaid into the ring is small, but the band is, you know, for that price, they'll resize it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take it. I'll buy it.
Okay.
I will adjust my monies. Maths. I hate maths. 70, yeah? Okay. I'll work that out later because watching me trying to do maths at this time of night is not fun. Yep, that's fine. Thank you very much. Off we go.
All right.
The search for the clocks continues. I'm not rolling for it this time.
So I'd say at this point you're kind of getting into early afternoon. So yeah, if somebody wants to make an investigation check to see if you can find what you're looking for.
Oh,
Can I?
Probably Laborin. Can Laborin roll
fly?
advantage because he knows what he's looking for?
I'll say the DC is lower for Laborin, given his familiarity with a city of this nature.
Oh,
Jesus. It wasn't that low though. Yeah, you guys make your way around again, and
how far away is he from that DC, Jack?
not far.
Would my D4 make any difference?
It might do.
Okay, I'll chuck that on. Do you want to roll it, Laborin? I'm not taking any responsibility. Yes. Yes.
With a little bit of assistance from Shimmer, so Laborin, like any man being dragged around to go shopping, your patience begins to wear rather thin. And jewelry store after jewelry store, armor shop after armor shop, looking for a shield for Lex. And you get to a point where you do just want to sit down and just fucking give up, but with a little bit of spiritual motivation from Shimmer, you kind of press on, and as you kind of make your way into the higher end of the city, you do start to find that the streets are much cleaner. The cobblestones turn to kind of very well carved and maintained and cleaned kind of sandstone square blocks throughout the city. The sewer grates are much cleaner and polished and that kind of stuff. So you're definitely feeling like you're in a much posher part of town. And you come to an area where you see another jewelry-esque store, but in the front, it's rather than there being kind of a busy shop front of lots of different things. There's two shop windows, and there's just in one of them is this beautiful platinum and diamond and gemstoned tiara sat on a plum colored cushion, and then on the other side is a necklace of a similar nature. They're almost like they're identical pieces, but of one's a tiara and one's a necklace, and they're the only things in the shop front. In the way that you would expect of a very high end place. And you see, as with that investigation roll, just through the window, there is a human female, and behind her you can see a glass cabinet, and in there you can see a gold circular object that you are familiar with, having stolen something like it before, that looks like it might be some kind of pocket watch.
I think we found what we wanted.
Shimmer's just got her nose pressed up against the glass, like there's a bit of drool as she's looking at this tiara and necklace. Sorry, did you say something, Laborin?
I just sort of like grab your head and turn it towards the watch.
Does that look like what we want, Laborin? I can't say I've ever really seen one.
It does.
All right, let's go in and have a look.
Who's heading in here?
Well, I assume me and Laborin are going. I don't know about the rest.
I'll follow in. I am worried historically about time.
So everybody's heading in. As you open the door, there's the bell jingles above you, and stepping out from just out of view to step in front of you is this very tall, very burly human male. He's almost impossibly tall. He even engulfs Lexi. And he's wearing very smart, tailored kind of suit and tie, and he kind of stands in front of you and kind of just looks at you and just goes, "No, you are not the clientele for this place. Leave."
Are you joking, mate? We're loaded.
Sure you are. Off you go.
Yeah, we are. And I'm just going to point at Willow with her massive bag of like 5 million platinum or whatever it is she's got in it.
Make a persuasion check. Are you doing that? Are you showing off all of your money? Pip?
Well, I can't speak for Willow, yeah.
I'd probably just kind of not 100% sure what I'm supposed to be doing, just sort of stand and wave at him. From like the doorway.
Oh my god.
Really
Look at our
awkward.
proof.
He kind of
30? Just rolled a 30. What the hell?
with a 30 on your persuasion, he kind of like looks at you, eyes you up and down, and then he clocks the kind of very bulging pouches of gold and gems and looks at you all. Turns behind him to the woman at the counter, and she kind of goes, nods at him. Fine. And steps to one side and closes the door behind you. She kind of pricks her ears up. It's middle-aged human female, blonde hair, very well dressed. She's got very delicate and poignant jewelry around her neck and on her hands. Well, good afternoon. Please come forward. How may we help you?
We're looking for something to mark the passage of time, a watch, a clock, something like that. And we thought we perhaps spied something through the window that we thought looked like it might be what we were looking for.
She turns behind her and looks at the display cabinet of this gold watch. Turns back to you. Right. And why? You don't look like, no offense, kind of people that would be interested in such a fashion statement.
Well, we travel a lot, and my friend here, Lexi, he's from somewhere that where time isn't a big thing, and passes differently. And we may be going to places where we need to be able to keep track of time passing
Right.
to ensure we stay focused on the task at hand. You know.
Very well. Are you interested?
Also, are you dissing my sense of fashion?
No, not at all. I was just suggesting perhaps it wasn't something that you would normally be interested in. Oh, no offense intended. I apologize. Well, so it's you want to use it for function rather than form.
Primarily, yes, please.
Right. Well, this item is not really just something that you would run around in the dirt with. It is a very precious and delicate, and it's a it's a it's a very important piece of jewelry, of fashion. It is not just a thing to be carried around for whatever reason.
Would you like to make money or not?
Well, yes, I would. I mean, would you like to look at it?
Oh, yes, of course, please.
Right. One moment. She'll reach under the counter, and you can see she pulls on these a white kind of velvet soft touch gloves. Takes out a very small, precise key and places it into a lock on the glass cabinet. And picks this this watch up off of this cushion and turns around and lays it on the counter in front of you. And very precisely and properly turns it to face you and clicks it open. You can see that there's the watch is very beautifully inlaid and carved and filigree and that kind of thing, with a beautiful close clamped light chain. And as she clicks it open, you can see there's this quartz dial on the inside, and just within you can see the very tiny mechanisms of cogs and things like spinning and turning, and some hands that, and very gently the device ticks. I mean, Laborin, you've seen something like this before, but not to this standard. This is of another world. And none of you, other than a chronolometer, which is very different to this, none of you seen anything like it. And she kind of just pushes it gently forward.
What do you think, Laborin? I mean, this is really beautiful, but do you think it will hold up if we take it with us? It looks
Yeah.
kind of delicate, like almost scary.
I mean, it tells the time, doesn't it? It's all we need for.
That is such a man reaction.
What's that?
It's such a man reaction. Does the job, doesn't it?
So you keep plugging out.
Never mind. And how much would you be looking for a piece like this?
Oh, well, this is a one of a kind piece. Yes. So this is 15,000 gold.
Okay, I'm sure that's a very good price. It is very beautiful.
It is the price.
I'm just kind of going to look at Willow and raise my eyebrows as if to say, how much gold have you got in there?
Sorry, how much did she say?
15 grand.
I'm trying to math. It's not going well.
150 platinum, I think, right?
I have
No.
134
No.
platinum and
No,
2,000.
No, it's
It's
1,500.
Yeah.
It's way out of our price range, let's be fair.
Yes. Who are your usual clientele? The king?
Yes, actually.
Oh, well,
Many lords
you
of
could-
the Sword Coast are clientele of ours.
yeah, if you could introduce us, that'd be awesome. I've always wanted to meet a king.
She kind of just shrugs off your question.
You have a mage hand, right, Lex?
I'm sorry?
You have a mage hand?
I do have a mage hand. Why? You're not suggesting thievery?
The old poke your eyes, the old switcheroo or something.
I fear if I do that, Willow will find herself feeling stronger sooner rather than later.
I sort of say, well, you are quite right. This is clearly a unique, one of a kind piece, and I think that we would have to consider very carefully, whether or not it was fair to take this with us into the dirt. So it's all the same to you. I think we'll sleep on it and perhaps pay you a visit tomorrow and see if it's still available.
Right. Yes, of course. A large sum to part with. She kind of closes the watch back up and quickly turns and puts it back in the case and locks it. Takes off her gloves. Was there anything else?
I don't think so. Thank you for your time and for showing us such a beautiful piece.
Shimmer, I saw you ogling that tiara in the window.
I did.
Is that another one of your thousands upon thousands of gold items?
She doesn't say a word. She just closes her eyes and nods at you.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. I've just got to go visit the bank
I'm sure you do.
where I keep all my money next to, Lady Silverhand, leader of the Lord's Alliance. I've met her personally. We're friends.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you have a bathroom I could use before we go?
I'm afraid we don't.
As it's nearly 9:30.
You can find one just outside, around the corner, and you'll see one right there.
Very good, thank you. It's an alleyway, isn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think we can go.
Yes. Pleasure meeting you and your large friend.
Yes.
Very well.
Are you telling me that there's a shop in the upper city that condones people pissing in alleyways next to them?
We do when we need to take a break, yes.
Okay.
Only in this small circumstance.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
No, I get it.
And she will gesture to the large man stood on the corner of the shop, and he'll kind of trundle his way over and very in no hostile way gently usher you out of the shop.
Throughout this entire time, I've been using Shape Self to slowly make myself bigger.
But thinner.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter as long as I'm taller than him.
For a second, as you do it, like your armor just kind of slips down a bit. It'd be like, oh, I have to catch it.
It's just a massive area where my midriff is.
That's where we'll take a break, guys, and we will be back shortly. Well, welcome
We're all
back,
set then.
everybody. Oh, now it matters. You can shut up, though, Andy. As Shimmer steps outside of the shop and takes a piss on the street, what are you guys up to?
I think I'll just say to the others, I think that we might be better off seeing what Jan comes up with tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Should we find somewhere to spend the night? I mean, do we want to walk all the way back to the Leaping Rabbit, or
You would
maybe
know,
there's somewhere a
and
bit more?
you would have passed the Elf Song Tavern.
Ooh,
That's famous.
You know it wouldn't be too far from where you are, and you have been there before.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was nice. Should we go back there?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Head back to the Elf Song Tavern. It'll cost you a couple of gold for same rooms for the night, but
Mhm.
you can spend the evening there and do whatever you wish.
Me too.
So you're not telling me what you need to speak to Jan about then, Shimmer?
No,
And keep your secrets.
I shall.
Can I just take Bolden out? Like, I feel bad for him because he hasn't found any armor. I just want to have a look at this part of the city, and I'll just, if I can find him, like a leather worker, can do some good.
Yeah, the problem is any base non-magical items aren't going to boost his AC. But you guys can go for a stroll in the evening if you want.
Lex win date. Lex win date.
All yours. What do you want to do?
Yeah, sure, we can get there. We can have a Lex win day.
Yeah.
I mean, as a couple, we don't really have a direction, or we just wander until we find something with a funny name and enter it.
What?
Doesn't have to be
an armor, a smithery.
Doesn't have to be a smithery. I just
Just anywhere.
if yeah, just anywhere with a funny name, because Lexi likes that.
Okay, yeah, you find somewhere with a funny name.
Okay. Do I name it?
Sure, go for it.
Oh fuck! Why did I say that? It is the greasy handle.
The greasy handle. They sell doorknobs.
They sell doorknobs. I'm gonna All right, Baldwin. I'm gonna go buy you an ornate knob.
And I, given your accent, I don't know what you mean by that. So
It's a doorknob. We can fashion it into some sort of amulet, but you never know.
is it phallic in nature? I'm still
No,
confused.
it is a door implement. It can be affixed to a door to open and or close. However,
Okay.
I am suggesting we manufacture it into some sort of outerwear of sentimental value, because gems are too cliche for me.
You want to wear a door handle?
No, I want you to wear a door handle that I buy for sentimental reasons. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will enter the greasy handle.
Right. Enter the greasy handle, and it's just a very drab. If you imagine walking into a like a hardware store in today's age that is like not been updated since the 70s. It's very much like that. And there's a half orc male, kind of very short for a half orc, very rotund, and greasy. And yeah, he kind
Nice.
of notices you. I'm just about to close up.
Well, steady on there, friend. And I'll sort of lean on the counter. Show me your most expensive knob.
My most expensive knob.
Yeah.
Oh, he kind of rubs his hands together and dips behind the counter and into the back room. Comes out. Oh, this knob is my best knob.
Let me have a look at that knob.
It kind of takes out this dirty, cobweb-ridden box and kind of like pops the top off it. Reaches inside, and there's this black, well polished but slightly greasy doorknob, and you can see that it's got white marble inlaid around it. This is my best knob.
This craftsmanship. Did you make this yourself?
No, I don't
Yeah.
do the crafting. No, I found this a long time ago.
Well, certainly is an exquisite knob you have there.
It's a beautiful knob. I shine it quite regularly. Every night almost, I shine my knob.
Do you also sell sort of knob upkeeping equipment? Because
You want to polish your knob too?
no, I've come here to purchase a knob for my friend here,
Right.
my partner, and I only have only the best knobs for him. He only accepts the best knobs.
Right. So you want to give him a knob, and then you want to polish it for him, or is he going to polish it while you watch?
Well, we can both polish it at the same time.
Oh.
It's a team building exercise.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
How much for this exquisite knob of yours?
What the fuck am I listening to?
Oh, well, this knob is kind of very precious to me.
Yeah.
Not sure how much I want to sell it. I'll tell you what. If you promise to take good care of my knob. And he kind of goes back around to the counter, and you can see he takes out this other little box and kind of lifts the lid, and you can see there's this vial, but on the top of the vial there's like this little spout, and he kind of takes a very pristine kind of velvet cloth out, and as he presses the knob, this little dab of white liquid falls onto the cloth. You must take care of it like this, and he picks up the knob and rubs it. You take both the knob and the supplies for keeping it clean and well maintained.
Yes.
150 gold.
Done.
Good
I'll hand
doing
him
business.
I'll hand him 15 platinum.
Wow! Wow! And kind of like,
Yes.
very nice. And he'll close up the two boxes, stack them on top of each other, and push them towards you.
I will take them, and then I will quickly fall to a knee and say, "Head down, on my oath, kind sir."
And he kind of
I shall-
stands proudly, puts his hands to his
Yeah.
chest, and he will say, "For the good of the knobs."
Yes. Knob bless. Yes.
Are you, kind of like takes a deep breath. There's some of us that are rather. It's just about knobs. And we talk about knobs, and we have meetings about knobs. We call ourselves the Knobbers. Are you a knobber?
I'm ashamed to say I'm not, but I'd never heard of these knobbers.
We're a collective of people passionate about knobs.
Well,
Couldn't have guessed.
I'm certainly interested.
One moment, and he'll kind of like go to the side, and he'll pick up a dusty leaflet and hand it to you, and it's this pamphlet about knobbers and where they meet and how regularly in Baldur's Gate. Very dusty.
Okay.
Is it covered in his
It's dusty
grease?
and a tiny bit greasy.
Yeah.
His knob grease?
I'll skim through it. How big is this group? How widespread are they?
There are so many knobs. But not everybody wants to agree to be a knobber. Admit that they're a knobber, I mean.
Are there some closeted knobbers out there?
There's a lot of closeted knobbers. And then when we go out and do some knobbing, not everybody wants to know what we're doing or tell others that we're out knobbing. Do you know what knobbing is?
I might have heard it under a different name. Could you describe?
It's where we go round the city and we look at all the different knobs that we can find them, and then we'll draw pictures of the knobs. Look, and he kind of reaches under his counter again and puts this tattered old sketchbook on top of the counter and opens it up, and it is just a book full of knobs.
Oh
No.
I love this knob clerk. These are exquisite.
I've never seen so many knobs.
You should really think of selling these.
Oh,
Because
no. Nobody would want to buy my knob pictures.
Really? They're quite beautiful.
You'd be surprised. Maybe sort of take copies of them and post them on maybe some boards outside. Get people interested.
Whoa.
Could work as good advertisement for Greasy Handle.
For the knob shop. Yeah.
Yeah, for the knob shop.
You're right. I don't know why I called it Greasy Handle. We don't have very many handles. I sold a couple handles at first, and then I got more into knobs.
Yes, the knob game around this part is definitely dominant.
Yeah. Once upon a time, I really liked handles, and then I went knobbing, and now I'm just into knobs.
Yeah. I completely get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, every door with a handle I find, I am infamously known of kicking them down.
Oh, yeah, nobody the feeling of a handle is nothing compared to the feeling of a knob in your hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you put your hand on it and you give it a nice twist, and then it just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a certain biological advantage in that. With my pseudopods, I can get into all the crevices of any knob I find.
That's quite handy, actually, yeah. No pun intended.
You are amazing. I'm glad to have met you, knob seller. I don't want to keep calling you knob seller. Do you have a name?
Oh, my name is Anthony.
Anthony. Oh, that's a surprisingly normal name for your profession.
I don't tend to base who's named after their profession. I was named before I was into knobs. I might change my name. What should I change it to? Because I'm into knobs.
One second. You might probably need to change your name. You could sort of give yourself a title.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Like what?
You could be, I know,
Nominator.
Lord, that's a pun name. Baldwin, get up here. You're in this conversation now. I'll drag him to the front with me. Yeah, let's sort of brainstorm. You could be a king of knobs. You could be the knob king. You could be the knob lord.
Knob Lord. I
Knob.
like Knob Lord. That sounds good.
Knob
Knobber, not a bobber.
Lord Anthony.
Yeah, I like that. Good.
Yeah. Thank
Are
you, mate.
Is he an orc?
He's a half.
He's a half orc.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
Kind of,
perfect. He's a knob. He's a Warhammer knob.
So he's this very short for a half orc, very rotund, like he's wider than he is tall almost. Middle aged, very greasy, very his receding hairline's pretty terrible. His tusks are very worn and yellow, and his hair's it's slicked back, but it's greasy, and he looks like a doorknob.
Oh
Nice.
snap!
nice.
Very veiny knob though.
Mm.
And I'm not just describing Andy.
No.
No, there you were.
I mean, Anthony is close enough.
In knobbed.
Well, it's been a pleasure doing business with you. And he reaches out his hand to shake your hand or
Yes.
pod.
I'd like to sort of on the fly improvise, sort of an improvised handshake, where sort of imitating the vibe of unlocking a knobbed door.
Ah, okay. Make
Oh.
a dexterity check. Just straight dexterity check.
Straight dex. Oh, okay. This is
Sleight of hand. Do sleight of hand.
Oh, that's worse.
Oh. They're gonna be worse.
Whatever you're good at.
I mean, yeah. No, well, it's not worse, but
Performance then.
19.
Oh my
It
days. For
was
a dirty
destined.
20, you kind of like you reach your hand out and then you guys do this very intricate kind of shuffle with your hands, and he's like, "Whoa. Are you sure you're not a knobber?"
I might have always been on the inside.
I know what you mean. Well,
You made him grease everywhere. Jesus.
you've got the leaflet, so hopefully I'll see you at the next meeting.
I'll be sure to attend. And then I will sort of turn around to Baldwin,
Yeah.
stare longly at the two boxes in my hands. And I'll just say,
Yeah.
Baldwin, hi.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, hello. Oh, what's happened to your voice? I'm terribly sorry we couldn't find you any armor for today, but instead, you might have noticed this conversation I dragged you into.
The knobs.
Yes, I bought you this knob. I was hoping we could take care of it as a twosome. I think
Is it a
it'll
double-sided knob, or is it just a one-sided knob?
I do believe it is a single-sided knob. I didn't ask if it came in a pair.
Once
For either
upon a
side of the
time,
door.
It probably did come in a pair. That's what makes it special. Is
The
that
lone knob.
its partner is somewhere out in the world and nobody knows where it is.
No.
It even comes with a quest, Baldwin. We love quests. This could be like your druid ritual. We go out and find this knob. And
I
then
do
we can
like
bring it
your
to
quest.
We can bring it back to this gathering of knobbers, the two of us. This could be such a bonding exercise between us. But still, I did buy it for you. Do you accept my knob?
Why? How could I say no to you? I'll take the knob.
Did you like fall over and land on your balls? What is going on?
I don't know. Sound like like a 1900s woman just makes it funny. I don't know.
All right. Yep.
Anyway, thanks for the
Whoa.
knob.
Did you just get more? Yeah, sure.
I got more balls.
Yeah. So you take it. Again, my lord, we will promise to keep it well.
I
And,
trust you will. I trust you will. I know.
Yes.
I hope to see you out nobbing sometime.
Yeah, sure. Yes, indeed.
Maybe we can go nobbing together.
Yes, I'll bring Baldwin.
Yeah,
He seemed just as into it as I.
Yes.
No knobs will be left unturned
Yes,
or
unsketched.
untwisted.
Hmm.
So I'll use both hands.
You can't twist a knob without permission, though. It's really
Yes,
important.
Always ask for consent.
Always
That's what all
ask for
those
consent.
all those shops with a "We're open" sign mean. That's why they're up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
look at the knob, but you can't necessarily touch the knob.
Exactly.
And then sometimes, if you look too long, that upsets people too. So just need to be careful that you're not staring at people's knobs for too long.
Indeed.
Yeah.
My uncle was sent to prison.
For staring at knobs.
Indeed. Yes, in a astral plane prison. So it's very terrible up there.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No,
They
that's
just had
not good.
sliding doors with no knobs.
Yes,
Sliding doors.
Automatic. Rotating doors.
Why
Motion
would
sensor
anybody
doors.
want this? That's ridiculous. Sometimes
Yeah.
I've seen doors that don't have handles or knobs. They've just got like this little slit in it, and you just slide it to the side. No handles, no knobs.
Those are the
I'll
worst.
take a handle if I have to take a handle, but I prefer a knob.
Yes. Anyway,
Sometimes
want-
when you go to a door with a lovely knob on it, you get extra lucky, and it's got a great knocker too.
I love.
A knocker?
Yeah,
I do love when doors have some knockers on them.
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Not as much into knockers as I am into
Oh,
knobs,
my.
obviously.
All this talk about knockers got me feeling a little warm.
Well, I best be off because I've got things.
Yes,
to
you
do.
were.
But
You
it's
did
been-
say you were closing.
I was, yeah. So it's been a. I didn't catch your names.
I'm Lexi, and this is
Right.
Baldwin.
Nice to meet you, Lexi. Nice to meet you, Baldwin. If you're ever in Baldur's Gate again and you want to go knobbing, let me know. But for now, enjoy your stay and enjoy your brand new knob.
Yes. Thank you.
Lord. Nobbin.
Thank you. Thank you, Knob Lord Anthony. Yes, we must be on our way. We've got people waiting for us at the Elf Stop.
Oh, lovely place. Not many knobs, though.
Yes, that's why I only rated it 4 stars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Well, have a wonderful evening, gentlemen, and hopefully I'll see you around.
Yes, good knobbing. Bye-bye.
Good knobbing to you too, sir.
Have a knobbing day.
We will make our leave out of Greasy Handle.
Yeah.
Make your way out
And-
of Greasy Handle
yeah,
back to Elf Song.
the-
The rest of you, what are you up to?
That was an exchange.
Oh, yeah.
I'd probably be pestering Shimmer to tell me about what it was she was up to, being annoying.
And Shimmer will continue to refuse to comply.
Willow's probably just sat in the corner copying spells into our spell book
Of course she is.
for however long the knobbing conversation lasted.
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
if that's what you're doing throughout the evening, I'd say you can get 4 hours of that.
Knobbing. I mean,
just expend the gold
copying.
if you haven't already.
Yeah, that's fine.
What spells are you copying down?
I haven't decided yet.
Oh, okay. I guess, I don't know, we need to get up early in the morning anyway, so may as well go to bed.
Mhm.
Okay. Everybody heading to bed? Alrighty.
Yeah.
Head to bed. It's a wonderful stay in the Old Song Tavern. And yeah, you wake in the morning. Laborin, on when you wake in the morning, you find a small piece of parchment folded on the bedside table next to you that wasn't there the night before.
Suppose I'll give it a look.
You open it up, and it appears to be a hand-drawn sketch depicting a certain district of Baldur's Gate. And it's essentially a map, and there is an arrow that points down an alleyway down to a dead-end alleyway.
I presume it's not signed by anyone, but I assume it's probably the Golden Vault.
It is not signed by anybody, no.
I've not gotten anything written off them in the past, have I?
No.
Or,
No,
I didn't.
communication seems to have mostly been in person.
Yeah.
Normally when, other than the first time you came across Mira, it's always been when you've requested it.
Got Laborin?
It's like we got a map.
Do you know what for?
Well, I know the Golden Vault wanted to speak to me while we were here. Makes sense that they'd be able to sneak into the room uninvited. But
You gonna go?
well, don't have to go alone. Best that we take precaution. It's not signed by anyone.
Well, last time I went down a dark alley in Baldur's Gate, didn't end so well. So yeah, maybe let's all go together this time.
Yeah.
Make sure Lexi brings his armor.
Yeah. Let's go off to the what was his name? Jan.
Jan,
Let's go see Jan first thing.
as you wish. It's your map.
Is that where you guys are headed?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
after we do the morning polish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, spit shine. Yeah.
Oh, you missed a bit over there.
Oh, right.
Yes, just under the top.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks lovely.
Oh, yeah. I can see my own reflection.
Yes,
It looks like it's looking right at me.
no.
Alrighty. You head back. Are you heading back post dawn or pre dawn? What's your kind of?
Did he didn't say specific time, did he?
He said early morning. So it's up to you.
Just like I guess pre-dawn, like literally just like when the farmers get up, that kind of thing, just as early as possibly it can be considered.
Yeah, the sun hasn't fully risen, but the sky isn't completely dark. Yep.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of make your way back there. It takes an hour or so, and the streets are almost completely empty, and particularly in this part of town, the market stalls that were there before are just shells now. No goods in them, and no merchants selling anything. But as you approach the lean-to, you do see Jan and a halfling stood with him. His forge is just sat at an ember, and they're just kind of sat on wooden stools, just talking. The halfling is a male, older, long beard, and he's got a pipe that he appears to be smoking.
Hello, Jan. Here as requested.
Good morning. Yes, allow me to introduce you to Gildon.
Hello?
Halfling. Yes, yes. Good morning indeed. You are the ones that were interested in the rapier and some other things.
That's right. Yeah.
Right, Jan and I have been friends for a long time, and we've partnered together on a few things. Allow me to show you this. And he will stand up and go to the table and hand a scabbard over to you. This weapon is a wonderful rapier. It's one of my own enchantments. It's not very common. I haven't seen many people interested in such a thing, or seen many in my lifetime, but it took me a long time to enchant, and obviously Jan here spent a long time crafting it, so this weapon is guided by magical means to strike down your enemies. Mechanically, this is a +2 rapier.
Mhm.
Now, kind of like takes it back from you. I'm not willing to part with this for anything less than 5,000 gold.
5,000. Done. Sweet. That's that.
In the meantime,
Hmm.
Jan will just pull Shimmer to one side and whisper away from the rest. Gildon is willing to do the work, but he can't do it alone in the time that you're asking. He would need to bring in some more people, so we can do the work, but it's gonna cost a little bit more than my fee alone.
Okay, how much more and how much time?
We can get it done in 2 days, but Gildon, would want 2,000 gold for his services, and then 800 for mine.
Another 800 for yours?
The
top of
800
what
that
gave you
you already
yesterday?
deposited,
Okay.
yes.
And he wants 2,000.
Yes, that's his fee plus another.
Okay, done.
Very good. I will get to work as soon as I can.
Thank you.
So, what will it be? Deal or not a deal?
I don't have 5,000, I'm afraid.
What? No. Hold on 1 second. I don't know if Jan's told you, but yesterday I supplied you with some enchanted plate armor. Came from a very treacherous dungeon. I don't know if you sort of.
Oh, yes, that old thing. Well, yes, it has a magical property, sure. It's rather situational, though, wouldn't you say?
I mean, it would have been useful at the time.
Well, yes, certainly, but you know, I've had a look into it, and it seems to offer additional protection, but only in very unique circumstances that, honestly, I don't believe many clientele would be particularly interested in.
Maybe there's some sort of collector of dwarven artifacts. It is an antique.
Well, if you would like to broker an agreement, then I would certainly sit in the middle and conduct a trade. But to be honest with you, do you know of any other Dumathonian locations?
Lexi's racking his mind. No.
Right, exactly. So you mentioned Talhundereth to Jan, a place I had to look up because I'd never heard of it. Long ruined and ancient, and if you've been there, then you've probably looted there out of it. So I don't know of anywhere else, and you don't know of anywhere else. So where else would it be useful?
I mean, I know the existence of something fairly non-looted, but I doubt you'd believe me.
You can try me.
Okay. At its deepest depth that we explored, there was an emerald about the size of me, you, and those two combined. Again, I'm doubting you would believe me, but I'm a very honest man.
I mean, it wasn't that big, so if you're intending to exaggerate its size...
That's how much Lexi remembers. How big was it? Was it just size
It was big, but it wasn't that big.
Okay, is it just me? Size of me? I'm still pretty big.
Yeah, maybe the size of you. So
yeah, that's still big. There's an emerald
Make a persuasion.
Size of me.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay, persuasion. Come on, Lex. 13. I don't.
Yes, well, that sounds all very believable, but the reality is that I wouldn't be wandering into any dark crypts. So, and honestly, the plate armor is quite old, so I think the best I could do is 500 gold.
I think I'll take my business elsewhere.
Fine.
Fuck. Good day. I mean, have you brought any other magical things with you, or is it just the rapier?
Just the sword, I'm afraid.
Okay. The Borin, how short are you?
I haven't counted up my silver and copper in terms of gold, but about 1,702 gold pieces.
I can sort of up that for you if you want. If you want it that much.
I mean, if you're willing, I'd be very grateful.
Sure, I'm in a giving mood.
You knock probably a little bit of money off with my current rapier. I can't remember how much they cost, but it's going to be probably about 50 gold, somewhere in that region, 20 maybe. And my old short bow, I guess.
Yes, I'd be honest, I'm not looking to trade in for those.
Yes, sir.
Well, there's Jan. He sells normal weapons.
Jan, would you be interested in discounting the price for a trade-in on the rapier and the short bow? Kind of looks around his forge, of which there are many swords and rapiers. I mean, make a persuasion check for me, Borin.
Oh.
I'll be honest, friend. I'm not short of those kind of things.
Yeah. Well, don't worry, Deborah. I will. Oh, I'll front you. So it was 1,000 and something gold.
Yeah, I was specifically sure exactly 1,702 gold pieces.
1,702.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. I can do that. That's going to take maths. Calculator.
Okay, well, if you're going ahead with trades,
Yeah.
you can sort that out later. But do we have a deal?
It seems like we do.
Very well. And he will hand you the scabbard with the rapier in and take your gold. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Right. Well, I will await instructions, Jan, for the other thing that we talked about. And he scurries off into the city and into the early morning.
Jan, did you manage to make contact with the person you said about the timepieces?
Yes. I did speak to Gildon about that. He is not aware of anywhere in Baldur's Gate other than one particular place, but I think I've heard this quite expensive, if I'm honest.
Wouldn't happen to have a tiara in the window, would it?
Quite possibly.
Yeah. Shame we just all spent all our money. Thank you anyway. I appreciate your help.
You're very welcome. So 2 days. You can come by in the evening, day after tomorrow.
Okay. Is that okay with you guys if we just take a couple of days here before we move on?
Tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening you can come.
Tomorrow evening. Okay. That's
if I get
reasonable,
started
thank
right
you.
now, yes.
Okay. Let's fuck off then. Let the man work.
All right.
Laborin, did you want to follow your map
Oh yeah.
while we're here?
I'll sort of pull the parchment out and show it around to everyone. Say, well, it seems like we had a visitor in the night. I assume it's the Golden Vault, but yeah, you never know. So just be cautious. But I'd still like to follow up on it because if it's not the Golden Vault, then I'd like to know why people are sneaking into our rooms.
Yes.
I'm happy to go.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you head to that district and spend a bit of time figuring out where exactly this map is trying to lead you, and eventually you come across an alleyway. It's it's late morning, and you do come across where you believe this alleyway would be, and you look down, and it's a dark alleyway. It's devoid of anything really. A lot of the alleyways in Baldur's Gate are kind of filled with rubbish and that kind of thing, and just discarded stuff from shops and restaurants and people's houses. But this alleyway seems almost completely clear. But down at the very end, there is just a brick wall.
Can I just go over and check it for something hidden? The hidden door, something like that. Symbols.
Make an investigation check for me.
Can I roll a wisdom saving throw to resist my urge to run at it?
You certainly can.
Investigation.
Wisdom. Ah, damn.
You resist the urge. Yeah, Laborin, 27. You get close, you put your glasses of minute seeing on, and you kind of inspect the brickwork. And very quickly you find very craftily the mortar around one of the bricks is missing, but there appears to be an illusion on the brick that makes it look like the mortar is still in place, but as you run your finger across it, you can indeed feel the gap.
Okay. So it looks like there's an illusion here, guys. And I presume people are following. I'll step in.
You step in and you walk into the wall. It's this one brick that's.
Oh, I thought you meant like you could just go through it. Oh, right,
No,
okay.
no.
So what do you mean then? Sorry, so the mortar is an illusion that the mortar's there, but it's
Yeah,
not.
that's right. Yeah. So
Okay.
if you imagine a brick wall with one brick kind of there that doesn't have any mortar around it, but then there's an illusion that makes it look like the mortar is there. So
Okay.
to
Right,
anybody else that isn't specifically
Yeah.
looking, it just looks like a brick wall with no gap.
All right, I'll pull the brick out then instead.
There are
Yeah.
knob.
You go to put it and realize it's a push. So you push the brick in, and it kind of like depresses in behind the wall about 3 inches, and then with it, and then drops down below the bricks that it's now sat behind, and then there's a knob.
Yes.
It's a door, is it?
It's a golden knob. It appears to be a door.
Oh no. Is it worth knobbing?
Does what does-
I'll try and see if it's unlocked.
Yeah, so you put your hand in and turn the knob, and it goes click 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 click, and as it does, the door the wall kind of just shifts a little bit and moves backwards and reveals an entranceway. But you then start to hear a ticking sound as if it's about to potentially return to position quite quickly.
Come on, guys, hurry up, and I'll just continue.
Okay.
Can I make a quick sketch of this knob as I pass through? I should have bought paper.
Do three things need to happen. One, is Willow going to spare you ink and paper?
What do you think the answer to that is going to be, Lexi?
No. Well, I'll make a mental picture. Can I roll to memorize?
Sure. Roll a history check. Oh, roll a straight intelligence check.
Oh, damn, I prefer history.
Yeah, sorry.
I
Roll to
can turn into an
memorize knob.
octopus and
10. It's
10.
only a knob.
I mean,
It's only a knob.
we'll see when you come to draw it. That'll
Sure.
affect the DC.
Yeah, and I'll post it to the knob lord.
very
can
good.
I try to knob it too or no? Can I knob the knob?
But also,
Oh, you
want to? Do you have paper
Wait,
and
what?
ink or?
I should have paper and ink. If not, I can be an octopus and turn into one.
In this countdown session.
From the ink.
And it's a very timed
Dun, dun,
situation. I'm gonna say you. I don't think you do. But if you want to
Speed
roll
sketch.
an intelligence check to memorize, try and take a photographic memory image of the knob for later use, you can.
Oh, for later
Baldwin
use.
wants to be milked, guys.
Yeah.
I just want the knob. I want all
We
the
all-
knobs now. He
we
got me
all-
really. His passion of the knob lord just got me
That's
into it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a flat roll then, because I have no pluses.
Pretty high.
All right.
Damn.
Pretty good. So as you step through the brick wall, Laborin, there is a set of brick stairs that lead down into darkness. And as you
Yeah, sorry. Go on.
no, carry on.
I was just going to say, is there any iconography anywhere, symbols or anything?
Nothing of that kind that you can see. But you head down. It heads down about 30 feet, and then you come to another just plain wooden door.
I'll check it out. Unlocked.
Yeah,
Special
so-
button.
Yeah, so you unlock twist the handle and walk in, and you come to a hallway, and that leads on like another 60 feet or so, and there's another door, and without issue, you carry on through the hallway, and as you make your way through this final door, you come into a room. At this point, you hear a tick, 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 as the brick wall door behind you closes and seals shut. And as you walk into this room, you were presented with a kind of probably a 10 by 10 room. and in the center is a table. A few candles are lit on the walls, and stood there are two individuals. One that you recognize well as Mira, and another elven male. As far as elven males go, he looks reasonably young, and he's wearing very similar clothing to Mira. I will show you guys an image. It's a reminder.
That's him. Oh,
That's
yeah,
Mira.
sorry.
No, it's,
Mira. I got very confused for a second.
yeah, you said I thought you said it shows the dude.
All right.
Got your man.
She kind of, they're both kind of leaned over the table, and you can see now on the table there is a piece of parchment. And she kind of looks up and she goes, "Ah, finally. Please, come in." So, how was your stay so far?
It's fine, I suppose. Still a few things that we need to do, but yeah.
Well, I respect your intuition in finding us, although I did kind of lead you here, I suppose. I wanted to update you on what we had found regarding the Agile Hand. If that was something you were still interested in learning about.
Yeah, of course.
Well, you were after something. Did you tell her what it was? Sorry.
Yeah. I can't remember. I feel like we did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you are looking for this shard, and the Agile Hand, to some degree, you had suspicion of. If I hadn't told you before, the Golden Vault and the Agile Hand are two ends of the same thing, two different sides of the same coin. We operate in the shadows. We infiltrate places we shouldn't be, but we do so for different purposes. Golden Vault does so for what we would call good intentions. However, the Agile Hand more nefarious in nature. We've been onto them for quite some time now. And the Golden Vault, at least in this particular area, is led by a woman known as Nixlana Kaldor. Familiar with that name?
I don't believe so.
She's a rather dangerous individual. Elven. She leads a battalion of the Agile Hand in the Baldur's Gate area. And we have seen her with two individuals that we don't recognize. One is a quite tall, red-haired, well-armored, battle-worn individual. And the other, a smaller, very blonde-haired man. They ring any bells with you?
Yeah, it sounds like Alex and his brother. Does that sound about right, Willow?
It definitely sounds like Alex and that cunt.
Oh, you've met then?
Well, something like that.
Well, if somehow these individuals and the Agile Hand are in some kind of agreement regarding the shard that you are looking for, we believe there's only one place that it could be. Kaldor has a vault not far from here. We have done some digging into it, reconnaissance if you like, but we're not inclined or equipped really to make entry for the time being. your shard is anywhere, being kept safe by the Agile Hand, we believe that's where you'll find it.
And where is this vault? What's the situation around its protections?
As for its protections, we know it is reasonably well guarded. We've managed to do some surveillance of it. Baldor here, he tracked down its original architect. Prized some information out of him in ways that we would rather not discuss. Yeah. Yeah, he was easy to get to. Anyway, not sure about any protection of a magical nature, I'm afraid. But, yeah. And, Baldor will, unravel another large piece of parchment across the table. Bear with me. Should have had it prepared, but I didn't. Where has it gone? How if I can find it? Sorry, guys. Bear with.
Sorry.
Just click on everything and do I bloody well find it? How has that disappeared? Too many maps. Yep, there we go. And they will unravel this large parchment across the table, and Thaldor will step up. The building sits in the woods, not far from Baldur's Gate. Half a day at most. 2 floors, ground and upper. The balcony on the outside of the upper floor. We have a good understanding of the lower ground, but the upper is a little less well known. Where it says Vidorant's space, that would actually say Caldor's space. As you can see, we've managed to map the lower half reasonably well. The rest is unknown, but if it was me, and given it's a vault, I would suggest the upper floor is where you'll find anything reasonably well hidden and kept secure.
Yeah, this is useful information.
Quick question, like on over the table. Is first floor like the first floor, or is that the first floor over like a lobby floor?
Yeah, it's okay. So first floor, aka ground floor, it is at ground level.
All right.
2-story building.
Make sure. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we probably have to deliberate over this about when's the best time to infiltrate and how to do so, but you've sent some good work in helping us out, so you have my thanks.
Yes, well, you're very welcome. You asked, and Golden Vault delivered. I can't guarantee that what you're looking for is there, but if it is, then, well, that's where you'll need to be.
So there's nothing that I need to do for you. All this legwork seems to do a lot for me without much in return.
This one is slightly different, Laborin. This would be one hell of a job if you could pull it off. We're intrigued to see how well you do.
Excellent.
Something like that.
Well, hopefully I don't disappoint.
Oh, I'm sure you won't.
So what is this place? Some kind of hideout?
Yes, it doesn't hide itself particularly well, but it's more intended to be hard to infiltrate, I believe. From what Thaldor has managed to find out, the building is relatively new. There's been a lot of passing of animals and goods. They seem to trade a lot in gems and the likes. There's armor, that kind of thing. It's what's on the top floor that is particularly interesting.
Well, recently been in need of a payday, so maybe we can earn some money at the same time.
Well, potentially you will.
Did want to ask, we, in a part of this whole grand scheme of trying to, sort of save the world, as it were, we found ourselves in need of watchers. Don't suppose you have any?
Watches? What for?
We need to be able to keep time. Sensitive to our sort of mission, so to speak.
Interesting. Trip to the Feywild, perhaps?
Yeah.
Well, keeping time is certainly important. You won't do that with a mundane pocket watch, though, I'm afraid.
Alright.
Something more attuned to magical nature of our world. Not something I'm able to help with right now, though. Again, happy to look into it for you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the chronolometer wouldn't work, would it? Because it doesn't actually tell the time, it just messes with
Just
time.
fucks with the time.
Yeah.
Using that
okay,
in
yeah,
Feywild's going to be interesting.
Yeah, well, anything that you can dig up then, at least we didn't spend a load of money or risk trying to take an ordinary watch then if that wouldn't work.
Yes, I mean, I've not been to the Feywild myself, but my understanding is that if one is interested in keeping time for purposes of ensuring that they are not lost in it, it is not as simple as taking something from this world that tracks time on this plane as we understand it.
Well, yeah, we're going to be hanging around Baldur's Gate anyway for a few other things, so if you come across anything, just let us know, and we'd be grateful for any further help that we provide.
Certainly, I'm happy to inquire, but I can't make any promises.
And as I ever may grow a step bolder, we are spending money every night we stay here, and you seem to have space. Would it be possible for us to have refuge when we're here?
The Golden Vault certainly has places for refuge. Not yet for you, I'm afraid, Laborin. Places are well kept. You will earn that.
All in good time then.
Indeed.
Well, if there's nothing else, I suppose we should be on our way then.
Very well. She will roll up the parchment and hand it to you. I look forward to seeing how you get on with this one.
Just nodding my head.
Well, wish you good luck.
Looks like we've been on my side.
It's good to know.
Yeah, I don't think we've missed anything, have we, guys? Nothing that else we needed from them. No. Okay, I guess we'll make our way then.
Cool. As you guys leave and all kind of funnel back through this door, as you're kind of like the last to walk out, she will call out to you one last time. Laborin, just one moment, if you will. Just you.
Yeah. I'll catch up with you guys in a moment. And I'll yeah, just hang back.
She kind of steps forward towards you, closes the door that the others have walked up the steps to. She comes in close and whispers quietly to you. You should know. Nixilana, your father, have a history.
What sort of history?
Personally, I'm not too sure. They did know each other once upon a time. She was once a member of the Golden Vault. If you do come across her, be careful. She is very dangerous.
I'll be sure to take care. About my father, I mean, there's still not really much anything I know about him. Is there nothing more that you can tell me?
Doors will unlock, Laborin. They do, as will the knowledge you seek.
Never had the patience for a locked door.
Well, from what I understand, you're quite good at unlocking them.
That name. Yeah, I mean, Lixana, so she's the same then. She's rogue.
Yes, she's rather. We believe she's responsible for quite a few hired killings in recent years.
Mm. Maybe we can return the favour. Maybe get some more information out of them.
Well, that would unlock a lot of doors very quickly. Laborin, I don't know that she knows about you. But she may recognize you. Keep that in mind.
Understood.
Given the nature of her past, that of your father, can't imagine seeing a familiar face from that past would make her less dangerous. think would make her more dangerous, in my opinion.
If she sees me coming.
Indeed. Well, and she'll tap you on the shoulder in probably the most empathetic and nicest way that she's ever interacted with you before, and wishes you good luck, and just says that she's very interested in understanding how you get on, if she can help any further. The rest of you make your way up the stairs, find a knob, turn it, make your way out into the alleyway, and Laboran will follow in behind you long after. You all stand in this alleyway, and the brick wall closes behind you. Or you.
So what now?
I mean, we haven't.
Let's check our quest log.
I mean, maybe we need to be looking around magic shops if we can find any. In regards to timekeeping in the Feywild. We obviously need to wait for Shimmer's little project to be done. Anything else on the agenda while we're here?
When's the next Nobbers meeting?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Next Nobbers meeting is in 4 days' time.
No, we might miss it.
Didn't we come here to kill a couple birds with one stone? What were those birds?
The birds were do the Golden Vault thing and get watches. Both of which.
And Feywild. So that way we don't waste too much time before we can help out Fenderlin, something like that.
Yes.
So where are we going
What
after
time?
my project is done?
Right now,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
early afternoon.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying to the party, like, what's our goal at the moment? Where are we heading once we're, after tomorrow evening when my little project's finished?
Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you meant like right now.
No. What has this changed anything? What's the ultimate aim?
Well, I still would like to go to the Feywild. Shimmer's a lot there that needs to be done. But I suppose we still need to find a way of tracking time there, which does put a span in the works. I guess we could spend today, like I said, trying to look around magic shops, see if we can find anything. If nothing can be found, I mean, maybe we should check out the Lixana Caldor's vault, try and find what's going on there. Seeing as it's only there it's only nearby, and it wouldn't involve any extensive travelling. But if anyone else got other ideas, I'm open to it.
Not off the top of my head.
I can go try to find like just magic shops pretty quickly to see if they sell anything like that that keeps track of time if needed. Just like turn into a eagle or something, just fly around at Mach speed, trying to find more just magic shops.
Going on a clock hunt.
Yeah.
Maybe we could even speak to Elba's mother if we'd be allowed in,
Yes.
and ask her. She seems quite in tune with magic.
Well, Silverhand said she's been to the Feywild, and that's why she and how she can take us. Maybe she
That's a
would
good
know
point.
something. I mean, she's pretty well connected.
That's a very good point.
I'm not going to lie, it's important to me to go. Argyros said I should, and we discussed going before we went to visit Baldwin's family, which was some time ago now. So I understand that things change and that we've got new information, but it is important to me.
It's important to you, Shimmer. It's important to me and the rest of us. I mean, if Willow's willing and has memorized the spell today, maybe sending be cast to simply ask Lady Sylvan.
Yeah, I can contact Lady Silverhand.
Thank you, Willow. I appreciate it.
Is that what we want to do now?
Why not?
Yeah, sure.
Am I just asking her to come to Baldur's Gate?
I guess it might be easier instead of trying to get it across in such short sentences and have a back and forth conversation.
We do
Yeah,
have
I
to
mean,
describe the
maybe
location, though.
Yes.
maybe you could say to her something along the lines of we need to have a discussion, whether she needs to come here for that or whether there's another way we can do it. I don't know.
We can meet her somewhere or describe the, but because like she can only go to places where she's been. So,
Well,
Okay.
she's been to Baldur's Gate before. I'm sure she knows
like,
the Elfson Tavern, right?
Yeah, she brought us
Oh,
here
yeah.
in the past anyway, into
Yeah.
that graveyard, so she knows how to get here.
no, just specific, like a specific location here. She needs to know. But yeah, that's true.
Rather than it being on the other side of Baldur's Gate kind of thing. I get what you mean.
That's right. But yeah, Elsong is actually a pretty good. Could be a pretty good idea.
Okay, so what am I saying exactly? 25-word limit, etc., etc.
I guess something like we need to talk. We're in Baldur's Gate. Do you know the Elfsong Tavern? I guess something along those lines.
In that case, I will cast sending, and I'll just say it's Willow because I feel like any other time everybody who is this? It's Willow. We're in Baldur's Gate. Will you meet us? We need to talk. We're staying at Elfsong Tavern. Please come. And send that to Lady Silverhand.
You get an immediate reply. Hello, Willow. The graveyard where I dropped you off before. 2 hours.
Okie dokie then. She'll meet us at the graveyard where she dropped us last time in 2 hours.
It's having too good for him.
I mean, I'd hardly say a graveyard's an upgrade.
Probably is for you.
It probably is for you.
Can we find our way back there?
Yeah, easily.
Okay, well, I guess we'll go wait.
Okay. Make your way back through the city to the graveyard that you were originally brought to by Lady Silverhand a long time ago, many months ago. And you find the large tomb that has the iron gate locked on it. Perch yourselves up on a gravestone or two and wait. As you peer in and wait, there is a flash. And then you see the elegant, robed figure of Lady Silverhand standing inside the tomb. And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Ooh.
Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. And we will see you next week.
Latest.
Leaders.
Alright.